Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the occupants pushing this truth out the four corners of the earth and our truth of sincerity and diligence. Shalom. And I don't really know what I'm going to name this, what I would name this. You know, somewhere along the line of a perfected hatred, okay? Because here we are, we are behind enemy lines. All right, we're in Babylon the Great. You know what? Wickedness is upheld as the standard of righteousness, and righteousness is looked down upon as to be wickedness. Okay, and actually, there is a scripture, and we can start with that one. I believe that it's in Isaiah 5:20. This is Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." Right, and that's America. Okay, that's Babylon the Great. They call everything they deem the scriptures, things that are righteous from the scriptures to be wicked, and and wickedness is what they would call righteousness. They put light for darkness and darkness for light, which is wicked. Okay, but when you wake up to this truth, all right, when you wake up to this truth and you understand where you are, you develop, because first when you come into the truth, you're zealous, you're carnal, you're ready to tell everybody, and then you really, I'm going to say probably about by the end of your first or second year, you grow in, because in this thing you got to grow. You get to really hate in this place, man. When you really submit to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you get to really, hate in the place, hate in this place because, you really wear that scripture when it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." All right. Like for in this, we don't have a continuing city here, Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. Let me see, Salakia. Where is it at? This is Hebrews 13:14. "For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come." Okay? So that's when you get the feeling like, damn, rise ye and depart. We ain't got no continuing city here, but we do seek one to come. All right, so that means basically, we have that light at the end of the tunnel. All right, we have hope. All right, but in this truth, like you have to, you understand that, like, since everything is, it's darkness and wickedness in this place. We're in the land, in the valley of the shadow of death. You gotta develop. You gotta perfect your hatred. Yeah, you gotta perfect your hatred. For this place, for these Edomites, for 2/3. For anybody that's that comes up against you, right? I'm talking about anybody. Anybody, because they're, you got these Edomites on your job, you got 2/3 on the job, you got your biological family, you got, babies, mothers, you got, your next door neighbor, right? Anybody, right? You must remain in the spirit, because they all being used on the left-hand side, right? To, maybe try to get under your skin, do things to get you out of character. But you have to perfect your hatred for this place. And the only way that you can perfect your hatred for this place is You got to dwell in wisdom, right? And an example is that, like when you go to Matthew's, let's read Matthew's 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, right? Sheep, docile creatures, right? No harm. They're not predators, right? It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So you got to, dwell in wisdom, meaning, hey, you don't have to go back and forth with nobody. You ain't got to put your hands on nobody. Even though, Jacob probably, the black woman will get you there. Your baby mama will get you there, right? They'll do things like you, or even, these guys on your job, man. These Edomites, that sits, now that Donald Trump is in the office, they got this, sense of pride with themselves, right? You see? But you got to dwell in wisdom. Why? Because we must be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, all right? Even your own children will vex your spirit or get to vexing you. Listen, you be wanting to beat their ass, but you can't do that really. You know why? Because let Esau get wind of that, man. You can't even really chastise your children because they'll come take your children. Okay? See, this is hell. This place is hell. All right, but and that's just me saying that because I got small children, so you beat their ass. Okay, go to school, and they're how they, Esau be talking to the kid like, did you get a whip? Blah, blah, blah. Where you got a whip at? And they want to see it, and then, they calling CPS in your life, man. See, this place is wicked, man. Here it is. The scripture says, basically, is a saying they used to say, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." Right? Let's see. It said the rod is for the fool's back, right? But look, let's see. This is Proverbs. It says, this is Proverbs 13:24 in the NLT. It says, those who spare the rod of discipline hate their children. See, because you're supposed to beat their ass, right? But here in Esau's society, Esau's kingdom, if you beat that ass, if you whip them, right, then you're going to go to jail. They're going to take your children, put them in foster care. You got people that are in the role of the safety of children and, the child, whatever you want to call it, they don't even have children. That's backwards, man. Those who love their children care enough to discipline them. That's what the scripture says, you see? And that's why in this society, when you when you come into this thing and you're growing in this thing, you develop a real disdain, for the Babylon, the culture of Babylon. So whenever you hear it come from, like, say, you when you hear Babylon culture or you see Babylon culture, men that are in the spirit, it cringes your spirit, man. But you have to develop a perfected hatred because you can't respond to everything, man. That's where the scripture comes into play, where, you sigh and cry for the abominations that are done thereof, man. All right. Was it not written in, I believe that's, I want to say that's First Peter, right? First Peter, let's go get it. Give me a second, damn phone be tripping. Oh my goodness. All right. It's Second Peter 2:7. It says, and delivering just Lot, vex. Matter of fact, I'm reading NLT. It says, but the Most High also rescued Lot out of Sodom because he was a righteous man who was sick of the shameful immorality of the wicked people around him. Yes, Lot was a righteous man who was tormented in his soul by the wickedness he saw and heard day after day. And that's how, that elect man feels, about here in Babylon. And all these other places around the world, too, because Babylon is the cancer of the earth, right? She's completely Babylon. America has infected the whole earth, okay? So the righteous man, let me say that, the righteous man, it be sighing and crying in his spirit, man. All right? But you must dwell in wisdom, and because you don't, like I said, you can't respond to everything, You can't respond to everything. And even in situations, that you come into, like I say on these jobs, like you say you get pulled over, So like you say you get pulled over, right? You have to deal wisely. Matthew 5:25, agree with thine adversary quickly, right? Whilst thou art in the way with him, least at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. So, you like that perfected hatred. It'll make you apply this type of wisdom. Because you have a point. Like, nigga, you're wrong. What you're doing is wrong. It's not right. But wisdom tells you to agree with thine adversary quickly. Why? Because we're just worms here, We understand where we at. That's why we got to stay in the spirit. 2/3 don't understand that. The mother of your children, they don't understand that. Your average, everyday Joe Schmo, he don't understand that. Your 6-pack drinking, hot dog eating, the Edomite, he don't understand that. They wondering why they can't get to you, why they can't push, why you can't pressure. But because, hey man, this man right here is dwelling in wisdom. Proverbs 15:1 says what? A soft answer turneth away wrath, right? But grievous words stir up anger. Right? You ain't got to respond to every damn thing. Watch this. Because look, read it like this is Proverbs 29:20 in the GNT. It says, there's more hope for a stupid fool than for someone who speaks without thinking. And who got that bad is the so-called black woman. She got that real bad. And you niggas with this feminine spirit, man. You niggas with this feminine spirit. You just blurt out anything. I'm going to say what's on my mind, blah, 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 blah. These people ain't having that, man. Especially not now. How things are going, man. They in the spirit. Esau's in the spirit. It's like basically feeling like we're taking our country back. And when they say taking our country back, they looking at you niggas as the enemy. Like y'all been out of line. That's how they feel. Check this out. Look, this is Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. So developing that perfected hatred for this place gonna make you just like, look, man, you ain't gotta say nothing. When people do you stuff, like do you thing, like really cross you, because that's been happening a lot here lately in my life, Like I've been getting crossed real bad, real bad. And the perfected hatred just have you don't say nothing because, that flesh will want to rise up, right? That flesh will want to rise up. That flesh will make you want to go put your hands on somebody, long ass text message, bitch, motherfucker. He wants you to call them up, pull up type. Nah, that perfected hatred makes make you understand and dwell in wisdom. And whenever you in these situations, what comes to mind is scriptures like this. Watch this. Watch this. Because you know, when you dwelling in wisdom, you know what their end is. This is Luke 6 and Luke 6 and 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Right? And every idle word men shall speak, they shall give account of in the day of judgment. You know. Also, it says, cast a millstone right around your neck. You know, anyone who offended one of these little ones that believe in me, it's best that you cast a millstone around your neck and jump in the sea. You remember stuff like that. And we hold fast to the word of the Lord, right? And that perfected hatred that you develop for this place, because it first starts with Esau, Edom. Because the only reason why people act like this, or society is like this, right, is because who sits in the power seat, who passes all these laws, who give the okay for all this Satan left-handed wicked practices and all these things, you know, to take place, man. So that's where that hatred becomes perfected. Because you ain't got no choice but to just deal with it. You ain't got no choice. Because our weapons of warfare are not carnal. So you don't have to go back and forth. You don't have to do anything. You just allow the Lord to, work the way he's working. Let him do what he's gonna do. Right? You ain't gotta say nothing. Especially if you gotta deal with this person, like you're on a job, everybody always cracking these jokes or saying this and saying that, man. You laugh it off. I'm not telling you to allow some man just to straight up disrespect you. I'm not, and I'm also not telling you to, if he disrespect you, put them paws on him. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you can tell a nigga to shut the fuck up and stop playing with you. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because you see, hey, we understand. You step out of line and you do this, you do that. I ain't got unwanted trouble. Unwanted trouble. Scripture tells us, if possible, be at peace with all men. And that's how you tap into that perfected hatred. Because you can't do nothing. Especially if you got a baby mother who crossed you, or a biological family member that's crossed you. Anybody crossed you, and particularly it be, and I say baby mother all the time because, I deal with that shit. But I'm pretty sure you got men in the Lord that have to deal with that same thing, man. Using your children as a weapon. You support your children, and they act like you ain't did nothing because you're not supporting them. Hey, all that what goes on in Babylon is what it fuels the hatred factor, the hatred tank, because, these people, don't understand the fact that there's a judgment coming for all of this, right? And the only thing we must keep doing is just, we got to stay in the spirit, keep teaching, keep pushing, keep taking these L's, because we suffer in this thing. This thing is about suffering. Because we went off. This thing is about suffering. And you gotta keep going through it, man. Keep dealing with it, man. All right, but perfect that hatred, which is the only way you can do that is dwelling in wisdom. Okay? Like an example of wisdom, right? Whenever, I believe that was Paul. Whenever he was like almost noble Festus. Come on, man, this is a heathen. But Paul was like, "Oh, most noble fasting." He was dwelling in wisdom, man. He was supplanting, right? See? Because we look for a kingdom of righteousness. But while until that, we're here in the land, we're here in the valley of the shadow of death. And you got to apply wisdom. So, that's all I had on my spirit, man. Lord willing, you will edify. Shalom.